Pentacle, or pentagram, is a 5-pointed star within a circle. In some modern forms of witchcraft, the pentacle is used for protection and to connect with the elements of nature, earth, water, air, fire, and spirit. Despite its positive and protective associations in many traditions, it's often misunderstood as a satanic symbol in popular media. The most common way to portray the pentacle as bad is by inverting it. An upside-down pentacle with 2 points facing upward is often associated with darker practices, such as satanic or occult rituals that focus on the inversion of traditional values. Sigil of Baphomet. Sigil of Baphomet depicts a goat-headed figure known as Baphomet within an inverted pentagram. The goat's head symbolizes the balance between opposites, such as good and evil or male and female. The inverted star suggests a focus on the physical world rather than spiritual beliefs. Although the symbol appears modern, it has roots in the Middle Ages, when it was associated with witchcraft and the occult. In the 20th century, the Church of Satan adopted this emblem to embody its core beliefs, including individualism, self-empowerment, skepticism of traditional religions, and the pursuit of personal freedom and pleasure. Leviathan Cross. The Leviathan Cross, also known as the Satanic Cross, is a symbol that consists of an infinity sign with a double cross on top. The infinity sign at the bottom represents the idea of eternity or endlessness, while the double cross is often interpreted as a symbol of balance between the physical and spiritual realms. This symbol was originally an alchemical symbol, but was later also adopted by the Church of Satan, becoming associated with modern Satanism. Inverted cross. In Christianity, the inverted cross is often called the cross of St. Peter. According to tradition, when St. Peter, one of Jesus' apostles, was sentenced to be crucified, he requested to be crucified upside down because he didn't feel worthy to die in the same way as Jesus. So in this context, the inverted cross is a symbol of humility and respect. However, in modern times, the inverted cross is sometimes used to mock Christian symbols, turning a symbol of faith and salvation into one of disrespect and rebellion. It's commonly seen in horror movies, where it represents the presence of evil, the corruption of something holy, or the victory of darkness over light. Cross of Nero. The Cross of Nero, known today as the peace symbol, is a design that looks like an inverted cross with the arms broken. It was originally used by the Roman Emperor Nero, who was known for his cruelty, as a symbol of his victory over Christianity. In occult circles, this symbol has been used to represent the triumph of dark forces. It's seen as a sign of rebellion against spiritual authority, often linked to rituals and forbidden practices. But in modern times, it was repurposed in the 1950s as a symbol for peace and nuclear disarmament, which is how most people recognize it today. Number of the Beast. The number of the beast is 666, and it comes from the Bible, specifically the book of Revelation. In this context, 666 is associated with a powerful and evil figure, often called the Beast or the Antichrist, who represents opposition to God and seeks to bring chaos, destruction, and the end of the world. In darker interpretations, 666 is more than just a number. It's a cursed mark, showing loyalty to evil. It also represents the victory of darkness over light and embraces everything corrupt, twisted, and terrifying. This number is often used in occult rituals, horror imagery, and satanic symbolism to invoke fear and signal doom. Hexagram. A hexagram is a 6-pointed star formed by overlapping 2 triangles, one pointing up and the other pointing down. While it is commonly associated with Judaism as the Star of David, representing the connection between God and humanity, in darker occult traditions, the hexagram takes on a more sinister significance. In these contexts, the hexagram is seen as a powerful symbol of opposing forces, such as life and death, light and darkness, or spirit and matter. In certain occult practices, the hexagram is used as a gateway between worlds, a tool to open portals or communicate with spirits and demons. It can also serve as a protective barrier, trapping evil forces within its boundaries or shielding the practitioner from harm. Eye of Horus. The Eye of Horus is an ancient Egyptian symbol that looks like a stylized eye representing protection, health, and restoration. The symbol comes from a myth about Horus, a god with the head of a falcon. According to the myth, Horus lost his left eye in a fight with Seth, another god. Horus's eye was magically restored, which is why the Eye of Horus symbolizes healing and protection. Egyptians used this symbol to protect themselves from evil, and they painted it on the sides of their boats or wore it as an amulet. Today, the Eye of Horus appears in jewelry and tattoos and remains a symbol of protection. Black sun. Black sun in ancient times was a symbol of the cycle of life and death. However, in more recent history, the black sun was adopted by the Nazis, particularly by Heinrich Himmler, and became associated with their occult and racist ideologies. Because of its connections to these harmful ideologies, the black sun is considered controversial and dangerous, but still appears in games, jewelry, and movies as a symbol of power and mystical energy. Eye of Providence. The Eye of Providence, or the all-seeing eye, symbolizes divine vigilance and protection. The triangle surrounding the eye symbolizes the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. This symbol is well known from the US $1 bill and is recognized all over the world. Today, people often connect it with the idea that we are being watched or monitored. Sigil of Lucifer. The origin of the Sigil of Lucifer dates back to the 17th century when it appeared in Grimorium Verum, a magical book containing various symbols used in rituals and magical practices, often associated with Lucifer, who is typically viewed in religious context as a fallen angel or a symbol of rebellion. This sigil is commonly interpreted as a representation of independence, enlightenment, or defiance against authority. People who engage with or study the Sigil of Lucifer might do so for various reasons, such as exploring personal freedom, challenging conventional beliefs, or simply out of curiosity about the meanings behind symbols. Symbol of Chaos. The symbol of chaos, also known as the Chaos Star, is a design that features 8 arrows radiating out from a central point. Each arrow points in a different direction, representing the idea of chaos, unpredictability, and the lack of order. It suggests that anything can happen and that there are endless possibilities or paths. Nevertheless, this symbol is more than just a sign of randomness. It represents a force that disrupts and consumes everything around it. It stands for a world where normal rules are broken and power is taken through confusion and disorder. Often associated with chaos magic and other mysterious practices, it is used to summon or control the wild, uncontrollable energies of the universe. Ankh. The Ankh, also known as the Key of Life, is an ancient Egyptian symbol representing immortality. The Ankh was used decoratively in temples, tombs, and even jewelry, signifying the wearer's desire for a long life or protection. It is also associated with Osiris, the god of resurrection and life after death. In modern times, Ankh continues to be a popular symbol of eternity, appealing to a wide audience across the globe. Tetragrammaton. The Tetragrammaton is the 4-letter Hebrew name for God, spelled YHWH. While it's often pronounced as Yahweh, the correct pronunciation has been lost over time because Jewish tradition prohibits saying it out loud. Instead, people say Adonai, which means Lord. Today, the Tetragrammaton remains a deeply significant symbol in Jewish faith and culture, symbolizing God's presence. Rosy Cross. The Rosy Cross is a symbol associated with the Rosicrucians, a secretive, spiritual, and mystical society that emerged in Europe in the early 17th century. The symbol itself is a cross with a rose at its center. The rose symbolizes beauty and spirituality, while the cross represents the connection between heaven and earth. Modern groups that derive inspiration from the Rosicrucians often focus on personal development, understanding of natural laws, and a deeper connection to the spiritual aspects of existence. Ouroboros. The Ouroboros is a symbol featuring a serpent devouring its own tail, representing the idea of something that is eternal, like the cycle of life and death, time, or the universe itself. It is one of the oldest symbols known to humanity, with roots that trace back thousands of years across various cultures and civilizations. Today, the Ouroboros continues to be a powerful symbol, often used to represent ideas of renewal, self-reflection, and the infinite nature of existence. Thank you for watching. If you've watched this far, you'll definitely like this video too.